Sometimes, companies just lose their way. From once beloved donut chains to tech giants facing backlash, companies oftentimes lose sight of the main focus to settle in a lull of false security and love from their customers. Hello, I'm Stefan from The Feed, and today we're counting our picks for the top 5 companies that lost their way. For this list, we're taking a closer look at 5 well-known companies that either shrunk in size, experienced a fall from grace, or lost cultural relevance. Before we get started, be sure to subscribe and tap the bell icon so you can get notified when we drop new videos. If you're watching this video someplace else, leave a follow, it'll surely be appreciated. Number 5. Krispy Kreme Donuts. Krispy Kreme is a donut company that experienced rapid expansion in the early 2000s with its signature hot glazed donuts attracting a devoted following from across the United States. However, this success was not sustainable as the company's oversaturation in the market led to its monumental decline. Krispy Kreme started as a small donut shop in North Carolina in 1937, and it slowly grew its business throughout the southeastern United States. It wasn't until the early 2000s that the company experienced a massive surge in popularity, thanks in part to a highly successful IPO and the opening of numerous new stores across the country. The company's hot glazed donuts became a cultural phenomenon, attracting a devoted following of fans who would line up for hours just to get a taste. However, this explosive growth was not sustainable and the company soon found itself oversaturated in the market. With new stores opening at a rapid pace, Krispy Kreme struggled to maintain the quality and consistency of its donuts, and the once coveted treat became increasingly commonplace. In addition, the company's financial practices came under scrutiny with allegations of accounting irregularities and financial mismanagement. This oversaturation and financial mismanagement led to a monumental decline in Krispy Kreme's fortunes. The company's stock price plummeted, and it was forced to close many of its stores, including several high-profile locations such as its Times Square flagship location. The company's once loyal fan base dwindled, and many customers began to view its donuts as a tired and outdated relic of a bygone era. While Krispy Kreme has made efforts to reinvent itself in recent years, including new flavors and menu items, it has yet to recapture the magic of its early days. Critics argue that the company's oversaturation and subsequent decline serve as a cautionary tale about the dangers of rapid expansion and the need for sustainable growth strategies in the business world. Number 4. Bethesda Softworks. Bethesda Softworks is a video game developer and publisher known for its ambitious and immersive open-world games. The company's earlier titles, such as the Elder Scrolls series and Fallout 3, were widely praised for their expansive worlds, deep lore, and engaging gameplay. However, in recent years, Bethesda has faced criticism for a perceived lack of innovation and the failure of more recent titles. When Bethesda first burst onto the scene in the 1990s, it was known for its ambitious and immersive games that offered players vast open worlds to explore. The Elder Scrolls, in particular, was a game changer in the RPG genre, with its deep lore, engaging gameplay, and attention to detail that set a new standard in open-world games. Fallout 3, the company's post-apocalyptic RPG, was also a critical and commercial success, winning numerous awards and garnering a devoted fanbase. However, in more recent years, Bethesda has faced criticism for its perceived lack of innovation and failure of its more recent titles. Many fans were disappointed by the refusal to switch from the creation engine developed in the late 90s and the slow pace of development on new mainstay titles. It has been 12 years since the last proper Elder Scrolls release, with Bethesda refusing to release any concrete information about its development.
Soon. We want them out too, and I wish they didn't take as long as they did. But
in addition, Bethesda has faced backlash for the failures of more recent titles, particularly Fallout 4 and Fallout 76. Fallout 4, while still a commercial success, was criticized by fans for its simplified dialogue system and watered-down RPG mechanics, not to mention the bugs and glitches. Fallout 76, a multiplayer spin-off of the series, was an unmitigated disaster with game-breaking bugs and glitches, a lack of engaging content, and poorly executed online mode. As the video game industry continues to evolve and new players enter the market, it remains to be seen whether Bethesda will be able to recapture the magic of its earlier titles and regain its status as a top-tier developer. Critics argue that the company's recent failures, overly ambitious monetization structure, and perceived stagnation have irrefutably damaged its image. Remember, people, it just works.
All of this just works. All of this just works.
Hold on. Before we go any further, make sure you like the video. It goes a long way and helps us out here at The Feed. Number 3. Apple. Apple is one of the most successful and innovative companies in the tech industry, with a history of groundbreaking products and a reputation for sleek design and user-friendly interfaces. However, in recent years, the company has faced criticism for a number of controversial practices, including antitrust violations, anti-consumer practices, and a perceived stagnation in design and innovation. When Apple first burst onto the scene in the 1980s, it was known for its cutting-edge design and revolutionary products. The original Macintosh computer was a game changer in the world of personal computing, introducing features like a graphical user interface and a mouse that would go on to become industry standard. Apple continued to innovate throughout the years with iconic products such as the iPod, iPhone, and iPad, changing the way we consume and interact with technology. Apple has faced criticism for its perceived lack of innovation and design stagnation. Some have argued that the company's more recent products, such as the last few generations of the iPhone, have become too similar to one another, with incremental updates rather than major leaps forward. In addition, the company has faced allegations of anti-competitive practices, with critics arguing their control over the App Store and its ecosystem of products has given it an unfair advantage within the marketplace. Apple has also been accused of anti-consumer practices, such as intentionally slowing down older iPhones to encourage users to upgrade to newer models. This controversy, known as Batterygate, has led to a class action lawsuit and a public apology from the company. Yet, Apple remains one of the most successful companies in the world, with a devoted following of fans who appreciate its sleek design and user-friendly products. Even with its lack of I/O ports on its laptops, walled garden-style ecosystem, and refusal to move to a standard such as USB Type-C across all its devices, the company's mindshare hold over its customers is particularly strong, with Apple's fans fiercely loyal to the brand and willing to pay a premium for its products. It's hard to imagine a world where Apple fails to compete in a market dominated by the iPhone. Maybe one day, a competitor will redefine or innovate on what the smartphone industry is as a whole, and that will convince Apple's millions of users to make the switch. It's not likely, but as smartphone sales decline year over year, we do have to wonder, what is Apple considering doing to continue its growth?
EA Sports. It's in the game.
Number 2. Electronic Arts. Electronic Arts, or EA, is one of the biggest names in the video game industry, responsible for popular franchises like Madden, NFL, and FIFA. Founded in 1982, EA initially gained a reputation for valuing creativity and artistic expression. The company's early games were known for their high-quality graphics, innovative gameplay, and attention to detail. In fact, EA was one of the first companies to credit developers by name on the covers of their games, recognizing their contributions of the creative minds behind each title. However, as the video game industry has grown and evolved, EA's approach to game development has shifted. In recent years, the company has faced criticism for prioritizing profits over creativity, shuttering development studios that fail to meet sales expectations, and using microtransactions and loot boxes to encourage players to spend more money on its games. Additionally, EA is known for killing off the single-player game. While recent successes show that single-player games are still viable, their focus on online multiplayer and games as a service has been hated by gamers everywhere. This has led to accusations that EA is marketing gambling to children and is more interested in exploiting its players rather than creating quality games. Recently, the company has made a decision to shut down its online gaming launcher and replace it with what many are sure to be an overly sales-heavy subscription service, EA Play. This has left many fans feeling disillusioned. Origin was designed to be a one-stop shop for all of EA's games, allowing players to purchase and play their favorite titles, both old and new, from a single platform. While the new platform promises to offer improved features and functionality, many fans are skeptical. They're concerned that EA is more interested in pushing yet another streaming and subscription service that is bound to focus on selling skins, DLC, loot boxes, and other microtransactions than delivering a high-quality gaming experience. This further cements the move to games as a service rather than a copy of an IP that you'll own. Despite these challenges, EA remains a major player in the video game industry with a vast portfolio of popular franchises and loyal fan bases to boot. However, the company's recent controversies have raised questions about its long-term viability and reputation. Only time will tell whether EA is able to regain the trust of its fans and deliver the kind of quality games that made it a household name in the first place.
Coming soon on cable, your stereo and TV unite to bring you video music in stereo 24 hours a day.
You better ride! You better hide! Back on turn left. It's just the
MTV Music Television in stereo. You'll never look at music the same way again.
Number 1. MTV. MTV was once the go-to destination for music videos, live performances, documentaries, and cutting-edge programming that defined a generation. However, in recent years, the channel has shifted its focus to reality TV with shows like Teen Mom, Catfish, The Real World, Jersey Shore, and of course, a program block that mostly consists of ridiculousness and Campus PD, dominating the network's lineup. While reality TV had proven to be a successful formula for MTV at first, it also has come at a cost. Many longtime fans of the network have lamented the decline in music programming and the increase in focus on lowbrow, cheap, celebrity-driven content. In particular, the popularity of Ridiculousness, a clip show featuring viral videos and celebrity guests, has drawn criticism for its simplistic humor and lack of definitive substance. As a result, some older fans of MTV have turned to sites like YouTube to find the kind of content that the channel used to offer. YouTube has become a hub for music videos, live performances, and independent programming, all while remaining, of course, on demand. YouTube also attracts a diverse audience of creators and viewers. By contrast, MTV's focus on reality TV has lowered expectations and alienated some of its core audience, which made it successful to begin with. Of course, MTV still has its share of loyal fans, and the channel attempts to experiment with new programming formats and content every now and again. However, it seems that MTV will not be able to regain its status as a cultural icon and attract a new generation of viewers who are more interested in music and innovation than reality TV and celebrity gossip. So that's our list. Which one of these brands were you most disappointed by? Did we perhaps miss one that you were thinking of? Don't be afraid to let us know by leaving a comment down below. If we like what you have to say, then who knows? You might just see your comment listed in a future video.